Good day, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. This is Kieran Sweeney. I'm with Kim Johnson. I'm personally calling in from Vancouver, Canada, the lovely West Coast and North America, and Kim is on the lovely East Coast in the southern part of the United States in South Carolina. Hi, Kim. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Excellent. So we're continuing our series here of great content for our Nail It in 90 coaching program, which is an online coaching program. We work with you live, and you work with us. You don't work with robots. You don't work with anybody else. You work with us, two professional, international, very successful coaches, seminar speakers. Personally, I've trained over 500,000 entrepreneurs all over the world so far, and Kim has been a long-standing coach with Tony Robbins. She's even done better than me in the coaching area because she's worked with one of the greatest speakers, one of my colleagues, and we all love Tony and we love the work he does. And what's really impressive is in order to meet the standards that are set by the Tony Robbins organization, you have to be good. So Kim meets that qualification, and speaking of standards, that's what we're going to talk about today. So in a few minutes, we'll talk about Nail It in 90 and how you can get involved. It's an ongoing coaching program. You can join and jump in at any time, and we work in 90-day segments. So you can work with us for 90 days, and it's very affordable and very accessible. And if you want to continue on working for another 90 days, you can do that, or you can just stop at 90 because maybe you've got everything you need. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about setting your standards. So when you set a goal is one thing, but in order to complete the goal, you have to set yourself to a standard. Now, successful people set themselves to a higher standard. They just do it. But when you do break it down and set your standards so you do it on a daily basis, then things really do get done. And this is something we incorporate into the Nail It 90 coaching program, where we teach you how to set a standard for yourself. So Kim, give us some examples now of setting yourself to a standard so that you really do accomplish what it is you set out to accomplish.
Okay, so obviously on a small scale, it can happen every single day in little ways. So if you set yourself up and you say, okay, my goal for the month of March is spring is coming, I want to get myself more fit so that I'm a little healthier when I put my bathing suit on. I don't feel like, God, what happened over the winter when we were eating all that food and everybody was snowbound from one side of the continent to the other. So kind of what happens is this. You set the goal. I want to lose some weight. I want to get myself in a healthier position. But now, in order to make that happen, you have to have a standard for yourself that says, that means I'm going to get rid of the chocolate, I'm going to get rid of the ice cream, I'm going to get rid of the M&Ms, whatever is happening. And then you actually raise your standard to that point and say, okay, I am going to eat the fruit, the vegetables, I'm going to go 80-20 on my plate, make sure 80% of my plate is green so that I know I'm living to that new standard that will support that outcome. So in my mind, it's always like the outcome is like the leg, the top of the table, and the standards are the legs of the table, if that makes sense. So there might be multiple standards that you have to live up to support a new goal. Like, for instance, you being an international trainer, you have to have certain standards. Like, people want to know you actually live the life that you live, right? Like, you have to be successful. You have to be making money. Like, he actually is a self-made millionaire. Let me say that, because a lot of people that you follow may not be. And they like to say they are, but they're not. But this man made his millions on his own. He worked his butt off on it, and he made it work. And learning from somebody like that, you can see he set his standards in that way. So there are multiple things that you had to do to make that happen, and that was you raising your standard to that point. So it's about really being clear on the outcome, but really being clear on what standards and what habits have to go into that to make it happen. Because you're not just going to lose. You can't eat all winter long like a bear, before you go into hibernation, and then come out and expect yourself to be like, oh yeah, I'm healthy for the spring. Let me put that back on. You have to set your standard and live into it.
Yeah, it's like, when I told the story multiple times, you heard the story about how I made the first million, and I basically chunked everything down where I had to do certain things every day. And if I had a goal and I had to do certain things every day, I had to sell so many units of something every day in order to get to the million. So, when you do anything in life, you can't be loosey-goosey, you can't be unstructured, you have to be very disciplined, very structured. Your day has to be really well planned out. And setting yourself to the standard that, okay, I'm going to get this done today. By hook or by whatever, you're going to get it done. And you don't stop until it's done. You want to build a website. Well, you've got to do certain things every day to build that website. You want to write an article. Well, you've got to set a standard that, you know what, maybe I'm going to write the article over 3 days. I'm going to spend 90 minutes a day, and I'm going to spend those 90 minutes, shut everything off, and I'm setting the standard that I'm going to just do it in 90 minutes today, 90 minutes tomorrow, 90 minutes the next day, and it's done.
Sounds like I did when I was writing in the truck. I remember, like, I actually wrote the original Nail It 90 book in the moving truck, coming down here with my computer, bouncing around in a 26-foot truck. Reminds me of that.
So, you know, it's a support system you create for yourself, and you set a standard. So, like we said earlier, successful people set themselves to a high standard, and you have to. You know, if you want to be a great actor, you have to set yourself to the highest standard of being that great actor. So you're going to do things every day. Like when I was trained to become an international speaker, I had a lot of work to do on my presentation skills, on my energy, my voice tone, my connection with people. So I had to practice, and I had to learn content, and I had to be very disciplined. So every day, for a couple of hours a day, I set aside time, and I just practice. And that led to me becoming a very successful speaker. And I mean, I can give example after example, but it's just like, if you want to be fit, you've got to create a regimen to get it done. If you want to relocate to somewhere around the world and you want to change your life, you have to set the standards. I'm going to do this every single day until I get what I want.
Absolutely, it's not possible to continue doing what you're doing and get a raised level of success, because you would already be there if it was going to happen that way. You have to shift your standards around in order to make it happen. So most people are not looking to stay status quo. We don't wake up in the morning and go, hey, I just want to be status quo today. Like, that's just not what people usually say to themselves. So we just have to raise the standard, and you're going to get there. And that's what this is all about, us helping you figure out what your standards are and asking the right questions so that you can. Because a lot of times people they're capable of putting their goal out there, but they're not capable of articulating what the standards need to be to support that goal. And that's what this is all about, with being with two people that are and when we need to do it for ourselves, we will ask each other, what should we do to do this better? How can we make this better? You go and you ask, you get help, you get mentors. That's why we're doing what we're doing in the way we're doing it.
Perfect. That's great content. So, all right, well, that's our teaching for today. So now, you know, don't beat yourself up either. Like, if you're not in the habit of setting a standard, you know, setting standards to get things done on a daily basis is creating a new habit. So if you're not in the habit of doing it, then just change the habit, because you are in a habit. There's only two kinds of habits. There's doing habits, and there's not doing habits. So you're either in the habit of not doing something, or you're in the habit of doing something. It's that simple. So just change the habit and set new standards. So in Nail It in 90, we'll work with you. These are some of the concepts we're working with and teaching. We have many, many more, of course, but these are the ones that we're sharing as much as we can with you to let you know and inform you that this is probably one of the most dynamic coaching programs on the planet. Incredibly, ridiculously affordable, and it's up to you whether you want to take advantage of it. But if you go to nailitin90.com/store, you'll find this Nail It 90 course for $199. That's it, $199. That's all you're going to pay. And you pay that where you're with us for 13 weeks. It's live coaching with Kim and Kieran. And you also get to join a private community. And you're in that private community where you'll meet some other great people as well. And you know what? You're going to see how we progress people as we interact with them, whether it's on the live coaching or just through the community.
Absolutely, and we look forward to having all the questions. Show up with your questions. We're not afraid to answer questions. We're not hiding behind something that's not content. We want to deliver to you what we know. And like I said, this man has done it himself. It's not that he's not, it doesn't have that skill set to provide to you. He can actually answer the questions about where you want to go in that way.
Totally, we'll get you there. You know, one of the things I'm really focused on in teaching is really the mindset behind everything. So I work on mindset in every aspect. So whether you want to make more money, lose weight, find that beautiful relationship, whatever it is, it's putting your mindset in the right place to make it happen so that you attract it. And you know, everything is about attraction in life. So you have to have structure and you have to be disciplined. Nothing comes easy, but it comes with effort, and taking action is the key. So if you want something, you go and get it, and you do whatever it takes to get it.
Absolutely, without question, you make it happen. And we're happy to be a part of your support system.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you know, if you want more success, you want more money, if you want, you know, better health, better relationships, get fit, let's get to work. We'll get you there, and you also have a lot of fun because we're fun.
That's right, we are. We try to make it fun anyway.
Yeah, we don't want seriousness. Okay, thanks for watching, everyone. Nailit90.com/store, and we welcome you at any time. You can join the program at any time, and we'll just fit you in. Everybody's just fits in. It's perfect. Thanks, Kim.
Take care.
See you soon.
Bye.